on our way to do some work. But I'm just going to give it a few minutes before I start talking about one of the topics that I need to talk about. But either way, hope everybody's having a nice start to their Sunday. I for sure hope we do. What? What are you looking for? Oh, rattling noise? Oh. So, I mean, because most of the time, not all the time, or I won't say most of the time, I take that back. Not most of the time, but more than half the time, Sundays seem to be the better of all the days that we work. With the exception of the last couple of Sundays. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. No window.
They're doing away with inspections. Don't worry about that.
No. We just passed a vehicle that had a plastic bag for his back window and half his bumper on the front left side of his car.
No, his whole front end is...
Okay, his front end was pretty messed up. There goes a hawk.
Scorpion.
And he was talking about doing away with, that's the emissions.
No, the emissions they're going to continue doing. It's the safety inspection.
The safety inspection. I think, hey Tornado, hi Em. How's everybody doing? I'm just gonna wait a couple more minutes. Hopefully more people will join the live stream because there's something that I want to talk about before we get going with anything else. But what I was just talking about was how we've been hearing about it for a while now, about the inspection. You know, when you're doing your registration to get your tags and everything, you have to get your car inspected. But have been talked about that, especially here in Texas, that they were going to be doing away with that. Everyone was just registering their trucks as farm trucks and modifying them anyway. Also, they did do away with it in your area. Okay, in your state. Well, what we ended up finding out was, and Em, I'll get back to you on the question on how I'm doing. But we found out that it's not everywhere in the state. It depends on the county. The county that we live in, they're not doing away with it.
Just the emissions.
Just the emissions test.
Everywhere they're doing away with the with the safety inspection.
Oh, I thought
it's just the emissions test is going to be in Texas. I don't know about everybody else.
Well, Tornado just said that.
But around Houston, Austin, Dallas, all the metropolitan, they're still going to require the emissions test.
Oh, because I thought that's what you had found out, was that it depends on the county.
Yes. If you live around the metropolitan areas, you have to do the emissions test.
Still have
if you
to do
don't,
it, okay.
Then I don't know. They're doing away with all the inspection requirements in other areas, is what I'm saying.
Oh. Okay, well then I misunderstood the last time we had talked about that, but good morning, Mama. So how am I doing? Well, I'm doing okay health-wise. Mentally, it definitely is a little bit frustrating trying to get my channel monetized. And I don't know if you guys saw the post that I made earlier talking about today's live stream. But now that I'm seeing more people starting to pop in, I was planning on doing a giveaway today. And that was partly, you know, in celebration of getting that first level of monetization of my channel. but for whatever reason, I'm having issues with my watch hours. And yesterday I did a live stream, and at that time I did not notice the change to be able to talk about it until later, like an hour or so, ended that live stream. And because we were talking about my watch hours, how a couple of days ago I noticed that it didn't, I didn't earn any watch time, which since I started uploading videos, I was earning watch hours. Even if it was a minimum of 1 hour, I was earning watch hours every day. And several days ago was the first time that I noticed that it didn't change at all. The date changed. You know how it tells you as of what, yada yada. And when it comes to the watch hours, there's a 5-day delay. So the date changed. And then I was like, wait a minute, how did I not earn any watch hours? Even if it was just a minimum of 1. And then so I dug a little bit into that, and come to find out, if you are a new channel and you're trying to get monetized, if you don't hit, there's a 5-day delay. So just like when I checked my watch hours this morning, it says as of November 12th. And they say they do that because they really look into and validate the watch hours. So, but the little research that I did about what happens with your watch hours is, once you hit your 1-year mark of the very first time you uploaded a video to your channel, if you're, every day that goes by, if your channel doesn't get monetized, not only will you not be getting paid for any views prior to your 1-year mark, but you're also going to lose watch hours. So even though I'm gaining 1, 5, 10, 15, watch hours, I'm also could be losing, that same amount of hours from videos that hit their 1-year mark. So, but the crazy thing is, after, before going to bed, I checked my watch hours again, and I actually lost. This is the first time it actually showed that I lost hours. I lost more than 10 hours last night. Now, I've been used to my watch hours updating in the morning. So, there. I don't know why that's... The sun is affecting the... That's the first time I ever saw that I lost hours. And the fact that the updates typically have been taking place in the morning. So, I mean, the last time I looked at it, yesterday morning, when I checked it, I was sitting at 2974. I don't know. I'm hoping that's the issue, but last night before going to bed, when I woke up, I was sitting at 2974. And when I checked it before going to bed, I lost almost 20 hours. I went back down to 2956. And when I checked my hours again this morning, it still says, the date changed. It says as of November 12th, which was 5 days ago. My watch hours are still at the 2956. So not only did I not gain any hours, I lost. So it's like I'm trying to, I take this one step forward with all the support of everybody, that have been streaming my playlist to help me get to my watch hours. It's like I take a step forward, and then YouTube makes me, takes 2 steps back. The shortcuts some are taking to get the watch hours. The algorithm is very sensitive. Yeah, see, and I've been hearing about it. And so, I go in there and I look about repeat views, on whether you can watch from your other channels. that you create. You can have repeat views, just not within 24 hours. You can watch from your other channels, but I believe it's just the same thing in reference to the timing, but still, to me, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. It makes no sense as to why I lost that many hours and why it updated in the evening. So I don't know if I check it later tonight if it's going to do the same thing. But I think because of what I had read in YouTube about videos that have already surpassed its 1 year mark, how you're going to lose those hours. That's why after you hit your 1 year mark, your watch hours are going to fluctuate. You're going to gain, you're going to lose. You're going to gain because of the fact if you're still continuously uploading, you're gaining views and watch time, but videos that you posted, it's going to drop off, so you're going to lose hours. So it's a constant yo-yo. But because of what I had read in that part, I made the mistake. So if you are a new YouTuber and you haven't hit your 1 year mark and you're working to get monetized, just keep that in mind. Because I've heard the advice from others to go ahead and delete old videos. And I'm wondering if that's where it came from. Because I deleted the first 5 videos that I uploaded. So basically those were videos that I posted last year in September and just like maybe the first week of October. I deleted the first 5 videos. And when I looked at the hours on those, there weren't that many in reference to the watch hours. So, and that I'm wondering if that's where I made the mistake. Because even though I've read about it and some people have advised, you could, delete your old videos if it's not going to get you anything. So I don't know if that's what happened. Because I deleted those first 5 videos, and it did have, one had maybe a half hour, another one had an hour or something. So I don't know if that's what happened and the reason why my watch hours dropped from 29.74 to 29.56 is where I'm sitting at right now. If that was the case, I didn't think it added up to almost 20 hours, because I looked at the hours of each of those videos that I deleted and I didn't think it added up to that much. So I'm frustrated, really, but you live and learn. So again, if you are a new YouTuber and you're trying to get monetized, and especially if you are getting ready to hit your 1 year mark, keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind from my experience. You hear people saying about delete videos. Just be careful about that, because even if those videos you're getting ready to delete are beyond your 1 year mark, because like I said, my 1 year was in September. It's already November. So I didn't think those first few videos was going to make a difference. But apparently it did. Because yesterday I lost hours. So, and I don't know why, I just don't know how that works. For you seasoned YouTubers, if you know what's going on, I would love to hear your feedback. So it just sucks. But that's the reason why I'm postponing. I'm still going to do it because I want to give back to all my supporters out there. Some of you guys, my constant supporters are here right now listening to me rant. But I still plan on giving back. If you didn't see the post that I made on the community tab of my homepage, I already included a list of everybody that's part of the live. So everybody that's on that list is going to be part of the giveaway that I'm still going to do. It's just that, I I guess I jumped the gun and just thinking, and that's what I get for counting. Well, how does the saying go?
Counting your chickens before they hatch.
Counting your chickens before they hatch. You know, I just assumed that I was going to hit my watch
You know
hours.
what assuming does?
I know.
It makes an ass out of you.
You don't have to tell me about it. I know that one.
Oh, well. Just want to make sure you know all I'm saying, so I'll fill you in.
I assumed that I would be, you know, able to apply for that first level of monetization. So, I don't know. So it's just postponed, not canceled. It's just postponed. But everybody that's on that list is still part of that celebratory giveaway. So, but if you are just now joining my live stream, I was just talking about how I am postponing my giveaway. YouTube analytics is a very tricky part to navigate.
Yeah, it's vague enough so that you don't know what the hell the actual standards are, and then
exactly,
and then they change it as you go along.
Exactly, they change
just
it.
Like everything. Yeah,
algorithms like organic viewing, or no, it sounds like strange, but the algorithm is helping YouTube to figure out who they should push. Unfortunately, it's all about making money. True. That is very true. You know, and that was the other reason why, you know, this whole algorithm thing. Every time you think you got it, and then they change things up, and they're like, nope, try again. But that's the other reason why I created a new channel. And it's called Hanging with Guam Gal, which is me. But on that one there, I'll be focusing more on, you know, the cooking and a little bit of crafting and stuff like that. But because I confused the algorithm on my gig channel, even though it's Gig Life and More, you know, so I'll still be doing stuff that it's not exactly about gig work, but can tie into it, like when we're on the road, you know, stuff we come across in the store that's unusual. You know, stuff like that I'll still be posting about. Please repeat other channel name. I like cooking channel. Mama Rent, if you don't mind posting the link to my Hanging with Guam Gal, but it's Hanging with Guamgal, Hanging with Guam Gal. You need to seek out some YouTube that are not huge but have been doing this for a few years, so you can pick their brains. You know, I need to talk to Ray, because he's past his 1 year mark too, and I've heard him, I mean, you know, talk about his watch hours, and even when he's posted about it, where sometimes he talks about it's a really small or slow crawl or something like that, and a lot of his live streams are long. So to get his watch hours. So I don't know. I never did ask Ray when was the first time he uploaded his, or when did he upload his very first video. So I don't know if he's facing the same thing. My most viewed video was a 2-hour live stream crafting. Oh my goodness. Was that just the other day, NATO? When you were making your phone holders? But yeah, that's the name of it, Hanging with Guam Gal. And Guam Gal is actually one word. At least for the channel name. So I do. I mean, I don't know of anyone else really. But that is pretty awesome, NATO. Like I said, I don't know if that was because when I was watching your live stream, when you were making your phone holders out of those, your corkscrews and the wire mesh that you had, those were pretty cool. And my favorite was the big one. That was my favorite out of the ones that you had made. Every time you showed your first prototype, in my mind, I'm watching you take the base of it, you know, making it like little walking sticks. I just thought, I mean, it was cute. But yeah, my favorite was your bigger, the one that had the wider base of the ones that you made. But yeah, I guess I do need to go check out some other channels and pick, you know, like you said, Mama, to pick their brains and see what they're facing when it comes to watch hours. But yes, so again, I do truly apologize that there's going to be no giveaway today. It has been postponed for another live stream because I'm having issues with my watch hours. And I jumped the gun about celebrating on being able to monetize, you know, at least the first level of monetization. Can I borrow your phone now?
For what?
I told you.
There's stuff on right now?
Yeah, but you can't control it. I know, but you can't control it. Doing it this way, I can. But for those of you guys that are here, and I do hope that you continue to hang out with me because we're going to play a quick game of Name That Tune. No, I don't want to do it that way because I want to be able to control.
You see? Do what you want.
Thank you. He's like, do what you want then.
I'll tell you right now. Never mind.
What?
You don't want to hear me.
I know, baby. If we don't make...
I'm not in a mood.
Apparently.
Freaking,
I know.
it just irritates the crap out of me.
I know.
Yesterday's fucking deal.
I know.
And I'm tired.
It sucks. It does truly suck. Okay. All right. So, for those of you guys that are here, raise your hand if you want to play Name That Tune.
Oh, too bad. You're doing it.
Yes, the first one is wonky. It lost a middle stabilizer. I love the Name That Tune. Well, that was pretty awesome, NATO. Thank you. Okay. So, in reference to Name That Tune, I'm going to give you one hint. And the hint may be, you know, the decade the song came from. It could be, you know, the genre, whether it's metal, reggae, whatever. Or that it's a musical. So, some might be a dead giveaway, but because of the whole copyright thing, it's only going to be for about 10 seconds, because the last time I did this as an impromptu Name That Tune, that's all I did, 10 to maybe 15 seconds, and on that live stream didn't get, you know, flagged for copyright. So it's 10 to 15 second play, and we'll see if you guys can name this. All right. Again, okay, so like I said, you're only going to get one clue. All right. Let me see. Nope. Okay, that was... did you guys hear that? Aw, thank you. You're so sweet. Okay, that's... NATO, did you hear that song that popped up? Let me see. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Musical. Was that 10 seconds?
Sound like 10 seconds to me.
Try again. No, keep going. Now you can say. That was from a musical. You got it, NATO. No idea, but yet he names the band and the name. Well, you got the song, but you don't remember what movie that was from?
But she's lucky I haven't seen that movie.
This is my next one. But that one was from Mamma Mia. The first one. Yeah, I do love musicals. Okay. All right, so this next one is reggae. You ready? You handle the volume.
Yeah.
It's playing. All right.
With the roof right over our heads, we'll share the shelter of my single bed.
That's a good guess, but no. But that soundtrack, Nada, was from Mamma Mia, the first movie. You got the artist, but what was the name of the song? It's not jamming. One more time.
Push up the part of bread. Is this love?
On that last clip that I just played, it gave away the title. Yes, that's right, Em. Is This Love? All right. What's his face? God. Is This Love?
What do you have? I can't see that.
All right. So this one, the genre is pop. You ready? Let's turn the volume up. It's playing. So that was a pop song. That's right. Hey, Fran. Yes. Good morning or good afternoon. Genie in a bottle. You guys got it. That's okay. I understand. So yeah, you guys get one clue. It's either the genre, the decade, or if it's a musical. All right. Here's another one. Okay. This one is from a musical. Ready?
Sure.
It's from a musical.
So,
No, wrong musical. All right, I want to give you another 5-second play. Yes. Okay, you got it, Fran. But what was the what song? No, no. I'm not gonna do something from Wicked because that's still fairly new. Do you remember what? Yes, that's right. I really liked that song. There's actually, I mean, this is probably one of my top 5 musical soundtracks. There's a lot of songs on there that I like too. Why? Because for Greatest Showman or about Wicked? Give me a choose a song.
Wicked is a musical.
Yes. It's been a while. It's been around for a while, but it was redone with Ariana Grande.
Ooh.
My husband's gonna pick the next song. So we've done 2 musicals, we've done reggae, and we've done a pop song.
Yeah,
Hey,
you go.
Fran.
Now you got it wrapped.
Okay, hold on before you choose that next one. Just a quick question. How long have you had your channel? About any musicals? She was a theater major and has tried out for every Broadway show out there. Aww. Okay, so this next one is rap.
Gotcha.
What? Tornado says, I would like to recommend Cannibal the Musical.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you're getting ready to hit your 1-year mark. And I'm going to get back to you on that, Fran. So does anybody recognize that they are a rap group? You want to do it again? We're going to play 5 more seconds.
Anybody from New York, you should know it. There you go. There's another hint.
Oh my goodness, all the birds are starting to flock over here now. Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang.
Nobody? Nobody?
Nobody.
Sorry.
But that was
Method Man.
yeah, that was from the Wu-Tang Clan, Method Man.
All right. Let's
But
see.
Fran, while he's looking, we're gonna do one more song. But earlier on that's right, Wu-Tang Clan. I've postponed my my giveaway, my celebratory giveaway, for being able to hit that first level of monetization, because I'm having issues with my watch hours. When I woke up yesterday, my watch hours said as of November 11th, I was sitting at 2974. And so I figured by today that, with, my family and Mary and others who've been telling me they've been streaming my channel, that at least by today, and they've been streaming it for, a few days now, that I would have hit my watch hours. But yesterday, before I went to bed, I checked it, and it went from 2974 down to 2956. So I lost almost 20 hours. I don't know what happened. So, and on one hand, I think it might, yeah, I hit my 1-year mark from the first time I uploaded my video, back in September, towards the end of September. But I believe the hours that I lost really came from me. Hey, Eric. I made the mistake of deleting videos. So I hit my 1-year mark of uploading my first video like September 18 or 20, something like that. And I deleted the first 5 videos, but I didn't think, because I looked at each one of those that I upload that I was getting ready to delete, I didn't think that added up to almost 20 hours, because like I said, they were my first few videos, so they didn't have a lot of views, with the exception of the cooking video that's now on my other channel. That one did have, so that might have been my mistake, even though they were already past their 1-year mark. And from what I researched on YouTube, it said that you're going to lose those watch hours. You're not going to get paid for it. So I don't know if that's where my mistake came from by deleting them. You know, I mean, especially at least before getting monetized. I don't know if I should have waited until I got my channel monetized. Hey, Rachel. And then delete those that, you know, aren't going to get paid for, or the watch hours don't count anymore. But that's where I believe I made the mistake. So I took 1 step forward and fell back 2 steps. Hey, Caleb, good afternoon. I have lost a few hours randomly. And that is true. I have done that, and that's the reason why YouTube has a 5-day delay when they are updating your watch hours, because they're validating where your views are coming from. But all right, we're gonna do 2 more songs.
Are we?
And then we're gonna turn on his YouTube, I mean his Spark app, so we can try to make some money.
You mean turn it on?
I turned it off,
Oh,
just so we can play that, because it's gonna get interrupted.
Interruptions.
Okay, so this next one's a rap song.
It is not.
I'm sorry.
Classic
What?
rock.
Classic rock. Classic rock. You got 10 seconds. Rachel said Jimi Hendrix.
No.
So I am going to be in the same position as you soon. Hopefully not, Fran. Oh, just as long as you don't delete. But that one is classic rock. Mama said Santana.
Nope.
That's a good one. We love him too. What's another clue? All right, give me 5 more seconds. All right, here's 5 more seconds. Classic rock. Rachel said Ozzy.
No. Not even remotely.
He's not classic rock, is he?
Well, I mean, he's old enough to be. He's been around for. He's been around
classic.
since the friggin' 70s.
All right, so go ahead and tell him who it is.
Nobody? Really? Nobody?
No.
Really? Nobody? You gotta need to open up your musical genres. And
We have
Thin Lizzy, Whiskey in a Jar.
Thin Lizzy, Whiskey in the Jar. I didn't know either.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
Really? Is that too
Okay.
difficult? I didn't think that was
I got.
difficult.
All right, last
I
one.
thought all of yours were too easy.
Were you think the mine were too easy?
Yes. I thought all yours were too easy. I guess mine are too difficult.
Yeah. All right, here we go. I'll be surprised if no one gets this one. Let me see. All right, you ready, babe?
I don't know it.
You got the volume.
I don't listen to it. No, but... You ready? Say when.
Okay, go ahead.
Nobody.
All right, country.
I'm no longer one of those guys. As sure as I live, this love that I give.
So you got country.
You're yelling so loud in my ear.
Sorry. What guesses do we have? No, it's not Reba. All right, we're gonna play 5 more seconds.
Forever, forever and ever, amen. As long as old men sit and talk.
As long as old women sit and talk about old men. Anybody? I say out of all the country, he's retired now, yes. Out of all the country artists, he is my favorite. No, not Garth Brooks. No, it's not Blake.
Wow.
That is Randy Travis, Forever and Ever. Amen. That was from Randy Travis. His brothers? Mama was talking about he and his brother sang. Who are we talking about? Oh, about who you thought that was? But that was Randy Travis. Forever and Ever. Yes. He is my, when it comes to country artists, for male, it's Randy Travis. For female, it's Reba. And I guess it's because other than Dolly, Reba was one of the first ones I was introduced to because of one of my older sisters. She used to play her all the time back in the 80s. I thought it was the... Do you know who the Gatlin brothers are?
No.
But yeah, so when it comes to the country artists, between those two, male, it's Randy Travis, and Reba is my favorite female country artist. But yeah, do one more. Okay. Let's see. Okay. What's his name? Shoot. April was the one who introduced us to him. Yeah. Before he just exploded. All right. Come on. You guys should know this one. He's pop, right?
Yeah.
I believe he's pop. All right, here we go. Ready? Can you guys guess the artist and the name of the song? That's right, Fran. You got it. Teddy Swims. Mama said Bruno. M said Ed Sheeran. Teddy Swims, Lose Control. My sister-in-law actually sent us his music before he just started exploding. So that was pretty cool. But that was his song I used to just play all the time. It is. That's a really good song. And I don't like the radio version. No, I'm right there with you, Mama Ren, because when it comes to names, places, I'm like, yeah, that one girl and that one, yeah. But yeah, friend, really keep that in mind. Don't delete any old videos, especially if it's your first upload or even your first few uploads, if they didn't get much on the views. and it's already past its 1 year mark, don't delete. Just hang on to them. Just keep all your videos until your channel is monetized, and then I guess make some changes. Yeah, you should. He's got some really good ones on there. This is another one. This is my second favorite song from him. Where'd it go?
Yeah.
Used to be broke. Let me see. Where did it go? All right, I just have to go to his channel.
Type in broke stop for God's sakes. Scroll for 10 years. Takes you less time to do that.
Yeah. Okay, this is my other favorite song from him. Is what YouTube wants. But this is my other favorite song from him. I know, but I'm just saying. Not no more. That was my other. I have to reduce how long it actually plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's I'm used to being broke. That's also by Teddy Swim. So
It's just
that's.
called broke.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just called Broke. He is super talented. Yes, and he has such an awesome voice. How he kind of has a little bit of that raspiness to his voice. Yeah, I like that. All right, what did I miss? And that is true, Mama, when it comes to organic views. Which, especially when we're trying to grow our channel, we try to do the, hey, come and watch my videos. I'm constantly trying to get my family, hey, I'm getting ready to go live. Hey, I just uploaded my newest video. Go watch it. Hit that like button so it can be picked up by the algorithm and be pushed. His name is Teddy Swims. Aw, thank you, Fran. Of course, I'll be doing the same. Right now, I've got Sunny streaming on my laptop, so once I'm done with hers, I'm going to be moving on to helping others with their watch hours. I try not to do playlists anymore because I think it hurts channels. You think so? You think creating playlists actually hurts the channel? Did you read something about that, or did someone tell you? Still nothing? Maybe we should move closer to the store? Oh wait, you were getting some offers, right?
A couple things here and there, but nothing worse.
I try to play this anymore because I think it hurts channels. No, not creating channels. No worries. No creating playlists, not channels. I just thought it made it easier, especially for someone who wants to stream your channel. Is that because that's how I broke it down between my my live streams and those that were just about gig work, and then especially for my cooking.
Order that shit from fucking one of the stores close to you. Oh, goddamn.
Yeah, that's true, Em. But that's the other reason why I created that whole new channel too, because cooking and gig work are two completely different what do you call that, niches, I guess. You think so? I mean, I can understand that. They'd be like, all of a sudden, why is this one person just watching? I don't know. I mean, on one hand, that for sure does make sense. And then when they stop, it makes YouTube confused. Huh. So, really, if we're trying to support each other, we should just do a few videos at a time. I mean, tell me about it. Every time I do a little research, especially when it comes to the watch hours and the view counts, you know, and I find some information and then I try to go back and I can't find that information again. So I don't know. Hey, DJ, good afternoon. Yeah, so YouTube definitely can be very confusing. I don't know, maybe I should even reach out to vidIQ, because every time they put out stuff about your view count and, you know, your watch hours, I watch those videos. But maybe I should reach out to vidIQ and see, you know, email them and see if they have any information about, you know, young YouTube channels or new YouTube channels trying to get monetized, and how the watch hours and the view count works. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that and email them and see if they might have any, you know, offer any information about how that works for a channel that's already reached their 1 year mark, and what happens to the old videos, you know, with the views. The watch hours, and what happens is they see all these watch hours for this channel, and then all of a sudden there aren't any hours, so YouTube doesn't push your stuff out as much. Yeah, definitely. That's what I think happened to my channel. Wow, that is awesome, DJ. I haven't hit, last night was probably my highest view count in, you know, in a few months, because I used to be able to hit over 1,000 views at the end of the live stream, but last night I hit over 970 views at the end of the live stream, so I was very happy with that. But that is awesome, DJ. Aw, thank you. Yeah, this is my shout out to my island wear. Congratulations. So, you know, what I started doing now at the end, just so I can compare the notes, really, at the end of a live stream, I don't know if you guys paid attention to that, it'll pop up and give you the basic information about the view count and how many watch hours it earned and whatnot. I started taking a screenshot of that to give me an idea on what to expect, because, you know, once you actually hit public for the live stream and you go back and you're looking at the analytics, for whatever reason it doesn't, at least just, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, but it doesn't always show those same watch hours as it does when you're looking at the analytics of that live stream. So I don't know, but that's what I started doing. So it's just showing Cove. You want to go to Cove? DJ's going live again when his phone gets charged up. Still working the goose challenge. Yeah, that's what my daughter keeps telling me. It's like you need to change, different devices basically, and to be able to stream multiple. So I don't know. Maybe I need to stop. I need to stop streaming Sunny's page and then just randomly go through everybody on my that I'm sub to that I know needs watch hours, and just I need to create my own watch list. And I think we had talked about that a while back. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know why I stopped, but we had talked about that a while ago, since there's multiple people that are needing, watch hours, to create your own watch list from different, creators. So whether it's, Sunny, NATO, Fran, DJ, 3 Stacks, I can list at least 10 people, and I'm going to pick out at least 2 videos from each, I guess. I think that's a good idea, making your own. I think that's what I'm going to do when I get home tonight, is I'm going to make a watch list, a stream list, or I'm sorry, playlist. I'm going to make my own playlist with at least, 10 different creators that I know, just to support for their views, as well as for those that are needing watch hours. Nice. How many miles for the subway order? You think it was the thumbnail? I have to check that out, DJ. But I think moving forward, that's what I'm going to do, especially anybody who says they need watch hours. Oh, that's not bad. I know that's something the hubby will be like, no. Anytime it's not $10 or more on Uber Eats, DoorDash, he's like, no. Because he's constantly thinking about what we make here on Spark. At minimum, we're going to make $11 to do a shopping order. So he's like, if it's not equivalent to that, he's like, no, don't take it. No.
But yeah, she takes all that trash too. So.
Because it's making money. You got. I know it's
making money,
it's that.
You're putting more gas in the car.
Yes.
Wasting.
It's that
mileage.
Double-edged sword type thing. Yeah. You're moving. You're keeping busy, and you're making money. But at the same time, especially if the miles aren't that good in reference to the pay, you are putting more wear and tear on your vehicle. So yes, I know all of this. But sometimes it's just about, I'm tired of sitting here. I want to do something. So you want to go to Coke? Oh, so, no, never mind. I thought your rating dropped. Oh, and by the way, for those you guys...
It is below 20% for the first time. And
that didn't catch the live stream that I did last night. 1,700 watch hours, but I'm not going to apply for months until 1,000. Okay, so you're not even going to do the first level? Because you've got the subs. That way you can start making money already for your time. But for those of you guys that didn't catch our live stream yesterday, the hubby was tip baited. He only did 2 orders the day before. And he lost out just over $8. The person basically pulled their entire tip. And it was a shopping order. It had 2 cases of water.
Which, for that reason, I wasn't going to do it. But I was like, well, might as well just go. Yeah, I might as well just go ahead and knock it out. A little bit of money, whatever. And then they fucking take away their tip. Fucking stupid ass people.
It was this one? Right?
Yeah.
So basically, it was supposed to have been $26.99. I think it was 14
items or something.
or 15 item shop, because one person only,
It was
they
two
only
customers.
want, It was for 2 customers. One customer had 2 bags of rice. That was it. And then the other customer had 14 items. And they had the 2 cases of water. And this was the drop off. And there was no issues with that order. There wasn't anything that had to be substituted or anything like that. So there should have been no reason why. I mean, especially to shop for 2 cases of water. One is good enough. But, the fact, it's one thing to drop a tip, a few dollars, but to pull it completely when there was no issues with the shopping and no issues with the delivery, no. So yeah, that person made it on. I mean, it's still a very short list. I think he's now, or she is now, like the 4th or 5th person.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people.
So yeah, this female is now the 6th person on our crap list on not to deliver to. So if we see their name, like, nope. Because again, there was no reason, and that's the reason why when we come across orders that have, does it tell you which customers tip ate? When there's multiple drop-offs, yeah, you can actually tell who, because when you go back and you see when there's a breakdown, you can look at the customer number. So yeah, you can figure out who it is. That's why for us, it helps as a form of habit, as being a content creator for gig work. We take screenshots of the order and we take our own picture of the drop off in case there's any issues, like the customer saying they never received their order, or trying to say that we went to the wrong location or whatever. We're like, no, not only do we have a timestamp of the drop off, but we have a picture of the place, we have a picture of the items that were dropped off. So that's kind of, it helps us out. And that part doesn't happen often though, in reference to a customer complaining that they never received their order. I mean, it happened one time on Favor, but Favor never did anything. I mean, I provided them all of the information. I said, this is the address that was provided in the app. Here's the picture that I took of the drop off. So, and they never got back to me. I never got any penalty or anything like that on that one. But it's happened on Walmart Spark. This is twice now that someone has pulled the entire tip. The first one was $15, and this was like last year.
Oh.
It was last year, I believe. And so this is the next highest for him, where they pulled the entire tip, and it was just over $8. One time I thought I got tip baited on Uber Eats, but the tip came back after 24 hours. He had an issue with his order. Okay. I hope maybe it is just a glitch for you guys or something. It's not.
Unfortunately, I already checked it.
Yeah, he already checked it again today, and it's been 2 days. And I know for Walmart Spark, before we get the money, it's 24 hours. So, and it's been more than 24 hours. So some of these customers are watching gig videos and learning the tricks to not tip y'all. That's such a thing to do. Agree. If you can't afford to tip decently, don't order food.
Exactly.
Make some ramen.
Maybe one day UNICEF will get into the delivery business, and then they'll do it for free. But until then, it just pisses me off. But
I'm hoping, Fran. I'm really, really hoping.
I guarantee I ain't doing multiple cases of water for under $20 ever again.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why I talked about it on one of my most recent videos about how it's a shame that some of us hesitate to accept an order because we're like, is this going to be a tip bait? That's at the back of our mind. Is this customer going to pull the tip? Are they just offering a big amount just so we can accept their order, do it, and then deliver it, and then they're like pulling it? I mean, and that is true, Mama. We know that there's a lot of customers that watch these, gig videos, but you would think that if they're also watching what to do on, to tip bait the person, that it's how some of these drivers who make the rest of us drivers look bad actually retaliate against those customers. I actually just saw someone did a short. The person took poop, smeared it at the bottom. They lived in an apartment complex, but they put poop by their doorway, and then there was poop smeared up on the wall talking about not tipping your drivers or something like that, and an arrow pointing to the apartment. So yeah, you're gonna have those drivers who really take, being tip baited or not being tipped at all very seriously, and they retaliate. Yeah, that's what we were saying. It was just like, but they said it was actually, and not just mud. That where they got it from, I don't know. It's an apartment complex, so they could have gone to the, a lot of them have those dog parks, and probably took some whatever samples from over there. But yeah, so it's crazy, and it's very unfortunate, that people will take advantage of the apps, take advantage of the drivers. And then, of course, you're going to have those drivers that just go a little too far on retaliating.
Yeah, I'm not going to be writing on people's walls with turds over $8. But
yeah.
If I got one of those quote unquote unicorn orders that somebody, I guarantee you, if it was like, a big ass tip and I did it and then they freaking took it away, I'd be going back to their house. I guarantee you that shit.
Yeah, I know, Mama. It's very, very unfortunate. I mean, what was it, a week ago? I got a curbside pickup for 2 customers, and I hesitated. This was like a week or so ago, and it was for over $60. And I was like, and it showed that it was going to take about an hour and a half to do. And I hesitated to accept it because in the back of my mind, I was like, it's going to take me an hour and a half to do. And what if this was a tip bait? Because the tip alone was over $40. Hey, Becca. Good afternoon. We're just talking about how the hubby got tip baited. When we did a live stream yesterday, right before we went live, he was checking, to see about any tips that were confirmed from the day before, and noticed one of the customers who had 2 cases of water in their shopping order pulled their entire tip, which was it was over $8.
Like I said, I know for sure it was the second person, because when I looked at it before the second half processed, it was showing the original earning, the original tip amount, which was 2 something, and then the rest of it, when it updated for the other half of it, that's when it disappeared.
Plus,
that's when they changed the
yeah,
layout.
no.
So.
But you can tell who's for those the tips that went through. It actually has a customer number that you can compare it. But yeah, it's the hubby was tip baited, and that is true. I mean, that was very gross. And speaking of that, it's not as gross as the fecal matter that was smeared on the wall. I think it was also last night that I saw another short, and I think it could have been just by accident, but I saw it on the Facebook page. A customer had uploaded the video they took. They said, I just received my Walmart shopping order, and they opened up the bag, they found, I guess it was trash. We don't know. They don't know for sure. But they said it was an empty box of candy and a water bottle. And they said, basically they were saying it's pee that was mixed in. They said the bag was tied and it was mixed in with their groceries that was delivered. So I'm just like, oh my gosh. And some of the comments on the Facebook page from it, they're like, yeah, that happens sometimes. That was trash. That didn't mean to, be delivered to you type thing. But yes, that was another, I was like, seriously? I mean, we have our personal stuff in here too, and we try to make sure we keep that separated. But I mean, for the trash, for the most part, and especially if it's trash in a bag, I keep in the front so it doesn't get mixed with the customers' groceries. But he's not peeing in a bottle too. But that was gross. Yeah, for sure. Both the pee in a bottle and the fecal matter, they know. So I don't know what happened to that other driver, because they know who just made that delivery, and they could have pressed charges, for vandalism, at the least, for vandalism. Okay, friend, and thank you for that. Like I said, we got to put together our playlist of all the different all our fellow YouTubers. Hey, Sonny. Good afternoon. I think we need to go to Cove if nothing's happening. Oh, you got something? But it's not worth it, or no? Oh, it's a curbside?
It's not a curbside.
It's a shopping? Oh, yay. The hubby finally got a shopping order. What is it? 2 customers? It's a 2 customer shop.
Yeah. 20 items, $21, 2.4 miles.
It's 2.4 miles, 20 items for $21. So it's not the greatest, but it's not bad. People are stupid. Using bodily fluids crosses lines. It will get you mandatory jail time if it's proven. Using your own DNA to try and gross out a customer lacks IQ for sure. Definitely. I think that whole pee in a bottle might have been a mistake. I mean, it's true. But if you knew you had a bag of trash, you should not have put the customer's groceries near it so you don't accidentally grab it. You want some help? I'm going to have you on while I drive, but that story I walked on. Sorry about that, Sonny. I know. We got order. Yay! $7 speedway order for 1.5 miles on Goose's Dash. Yay! But for those of you guys that are just now popping in, what I'm going to do to support those that need views and watch hours is I'm going to be creating a playlist. And instead of streaming someone's, one channel's entire playlist at one time, I'm just going to be putting, random amount of videos from each person, and then just stream it that way, because, and then just do that randomly throughout the week, 5 to 10 people with at least 2 videos from each person, and let that stream throughout the day. So that way it's not happening all at once, because it's true, especially with the issues that I've been facing with, since I hit my 1-year mark, and I'm gaining hours, but I'm losing hours, because as it stands, I went from 29.74 yesterday, and now I'm sitting at 29.56. So that is definitely the most amount of hours I've lost in one sitting. And that was very disheartening to see that go backwards like that, because I honestly thought when I woke up this morning, that I was going to see that I hit my 3,000 watch hours. So I think that's what I'm going to do, and to reduce, I guess, issues for other content creators, so that way I can still show my continued support to everyone, and is just to do my playlist that way, and not stream one person, for the entire day, is just to create my own playlist with 5 to 10 people, and having at least 2 videos of each person in there, split up, so it's not back-to-back viewing type thing, and then just be doing that, because I think because the way they are scrutinizing, I guess, the views, and to validate the watch hours. So, because I know, like with Fran, I know she just left, but she's getting ready to hit her 1 year mark. So I to help with her watch hours, like I said, she's going to be part of that list. Ray's going to be part of that list. Sunny, Mary, but I mean, Sunny, I've already been streaming you, so I'm going to go ahead and change that up and see if that helps, because again, I'm going to reach out to vidIQ to see if they can offer any insight as to if they have any suggestions when you hit your 1 year mark, if you should leave those videos that basically become invalid as the day, the time goes on. Because, like, let's say your 1 year anniversary from your very first video upload is November 15, and moving 1 year forward, November 16, that video becomes invalid if your channel is not monetized, meaning any watch hours you got from it prior to that, are voided. I don't know. And I think that's where I made the mistake by deleting the first 5 videos of my channel. And I'm thinking that's why I went backwards from 2974 to 2956. I made that mistake of deleting the first 5 videos that I think didn't really have that much, watched hours to it. And based off of what I was reading about what happens to old videos when you're not monetized yet. So I didn't think it was going to hurt my channel. Because I've heard some people say, go ahead and delete those old, from what I was reading, deleting old videos, because they no longer matter once you hit your 1 year mark and you're not monetized yet. So I guess, unless you know for absolutely sure, it's okay to delete those videos. If your channel's not fully monetized yet and you've hit your 1 year mark, don't delete old videos. Just keep them. If it did have some views, if it did have anywhere from a half hour to 3 to 5 hours of watch time, don't delete them, because then you might run into the same problem as me and losing hours like that. I've never lost hours like that. I mean, I've gone a day here and there throughout this this process to where my watch hours didn't go up, where it stayed the same, or maybe only went up an hour, but never have I seen it drop almost 20 hours. So I was like, what the heck? So I mean, it's understandable that they have to scrutinize these things because they're paying people, and they know that a lot of YouTubers are finding ways to get around it, to gain those watch hours and stuff like that. So they're and that's the reason why it takes 5 days to update your watch hours, because they're trying to validate that information. So yeah, it sucks, but that was one of the reasons why I'm postponing my celebratory giveaway. If you guys noticed my post that I made on the community tab, I did provide a list of everybody that's going to be in that giveaway. And if you don't see your name there, don't worry. That is just going to be, this is going to be my 3rd giveaway that I've done with my channel. So there's going to be plenty more that you guys will be able to participate in. So, but yeah, the hubby right now, if you're just now joining, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching from. I'm live streaming from Texas, but the hubby right now is inside doing a Walmart shopping order, because that's where we're at. So we're trying to make some money today, and I'm hoping we can make our quota. It's already after 12 o'clock our time here in Texas, and our minimum quota to try and make for the day is 200. So we'll see. This is going to be $21 towards that. So we have 100 and what? 79 to go only, right? 39, yeah. But just to show you guys. Walmart. You know, and when we had gone to Colorado and then we came back, normally the it's on the other side of the store is where we used to park and wait. But several days ago we came across one of our fellow, you know, Spark drivers, and because we noticed a lot of the regulars we weren't seeing on the side of the building anymore. We're like, random we will see, okay, there's that person and there's that person, but then all of a sudden we weren't seeing a lot of the regulars, and we were seeing a lot more new people. But come to find out, the signal had moved. You know, because there's a thing, if you're a Spark driver, that the closer to the signal you are, you know, the more chances you have of getting the offer first. So, but they're now saying that the signal moved to the front of the store. So now a lot of the regulars were parked in front of the store instead of on the side. So I don't know if you guys believe that with any of the apps. If you open it up and you're looking at the hotspot, I mean, especially for Walmart Spark, when you zoom in and wherever it has the pin drop of the store, that's where the signal's coming from. So there, you know, some of the tips that have been given about that was the closer you are to the computer, the better your chances are of getting those the timed offers basically going to you, or even the first come first serve of being able to go to you before the other drivers. I mean, and we've tested that out sometimes. We've tested that out where, you know, we park further away, and then sometimes we're parked like right on top of it, you know, where the dot is showing, or right near it. And but that is still a hit and miss. That's never 100% foolproof, because sometimes we'll be at the gas station over there, and we know we can see some of the other drivers waiting in the normal hangout. But then we get a good offer. We'll be at the gas station over there, and we'll get a good offer. So that is still a hit and miss. It's not 100% foolproof when it comes to that. So, but we can't help it. We'll still go. we still try and follow those tips to try and increase our chances. You know. Oh. I don't know, maybe because I know that there's for the month of December, maybe I might do some type of December challenge. Have a goal, but I don't know. I've tried the whole seeing if we can make $1,500 in 1 week, because the most we made in 1 week was over $1,200. So by setting that challenge, you know, for $1,500, I didn't think it was that too far of a stretch. But I guess it just depends, because sometimes we have our hot days, our hot weeks, where we make our quota almost every time we work. And then you got the times where you're not even making the halfway point, which is what's happened this past week. I mean, several days we went with, you know, not even breaking $100. So at the minimum, we try to make per week, at the minimum, we try to make $800. So, and last week we didn't even hit that. So that's how bad last week was. That we didn't even hit our weekly minimum. which is 800 or 850, something like that. But that's with this line of work. You're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your downs. And why am I not seeing any? Okay, I'm sorry for whatever reason. Sorry, I accidentally hit the off button. For whatever reason, the chats aren't always popping up. Thank you, Leanne and Haffaday. Yeah, thank you, Melissa. I understand. I think that's a great idea. If we all do something like that, we will all reach our goals faster. Definitely, DJ. And that was the other thing. I'm not sure if you noticed that or not, but this is the announcement that I made from last Sunday. What I'm also doing in support of our, our community here that's trying to grow their channel, with increasing their subscribers, working on their watch hours, whatever it may be, just to support for whatever their goal may be, is I'm now listing at least 4 different people on my homepage. So anybody that's new, that's coming to check out my homepage, is going to see 4 people listed to go check them out, to support our fellow YouTubers. So, and I believe, DJ, you're on this week's list, but I change it every Monday. So I believe, DJ, you're one of them that's on there. Mary's another. I can't think off the top of my head right now who the other 2 are, but it's going to be changing every week. And I've also asked for people, if you guys have any suggestions on who else I can include that list, you guys can pop it up in this chat, which again, this chat is not always showing. You can pop it up in the chat or just put it as a comment of this live stream, so that way when I update the list tonight or tomorrow morning, whichever, I'll know who I can put as another option for that, the support list. So I've seen it on other people's on home pages, so I thought that was really cool to see, because we're like, oh, I don't know this person, and then you can automatically go check out their channel and sub to them. So I think that's another way I'm supporting my fellow YouTubers, whether it's gig work or not, because not everybody that I sub to are do gig work. So I try to change it up. I mean, especially, I might end up putting my channel on that list just to increase my, at least to get to the first 50. I believe I'm sitting at 17 right now, but just to get to my first 50 subs so I can do my very first live stream, because I'm ready to do another cooking video. And that's the other reason why I created my other channel, which is called Hanging with Guam Gal. And Guam Gal is one word, Guamgal. But that's the reason why I created that channel, is because that's where all my cooking videos are going to be, for both the live streams and any long form video. If I ever get a chance to start doing my crafting again, any sightseeing that we do, something that is for sure separated from gig work. This channel that I'm streaming from is still going to, of course, have all those gig videos, but anything that happens funny when we're, in the store shopping, or we're out and about doing our deliveries and stuff like that, all of that will still be part, and even traveling will still be part of this channel. It's just the cooking and learning about my heritage, which is, all about Guam, the language, our culture, food. Always coming back to the food. But he probably doesn't have too much longer. Normally he sends me a text when he's getting ready to head to the checkout, and I don't see that. I don't see that on there. But I think I'm going to go ahead and end today's live stream. I do appreciate everybody that is here, you know, that's shown their constant support on hanging out during the live stream, or even popping in and to show a little support and to like the video. I truly appreciate that, you guys. And I do hope that you'll keep coming back. And I will post further information about when I am going to do my celebratory, because it's going to happen, my celebratory giveaway. So that for sure is going to happen, or still going to happen, should I say. So, but I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their weekend. And whatever you guys are doing out there, please stay safe. Watch out for those crazies out there. You may be the best driver in the world, like I always tell my hubby. It's the others out there you gotta watch out for. Plug in your new channel too, please. Yes, I have done that once already, but I will do it again. I think I posted about it. It was either yesterday or the day before, but I will again, for sure. Every chance I get, I'm plugging my new channel. And I feel bad when I'm watching, when I go to others' lives, but about plugging my new channel, but it's just one of those ways to try and get it out there. So, but yes, please go check it out. It's called Hanging with Guam Gal. Go hit that subscribe button for that channel, so that way I can do my first live stream. Hey Mama, can you post that link one more time if you don't mind? And I do appreciate that. Sometimes it's easier to find it. Can you chat? Can I chat? No, I can't. Of course, why would you want to text in your own live stream? But it's called Hanging with Guam Gal. And you're going to see a picture of the Laddie Stone, and it says the name of my channel as the thumbnail. It actually says Hanging with Guam Gal. But thanks, NATO. But you guys have an awesome rest of your day. I'll catch you guys on the next video or the live stream. Stay safe, and until then, adios for now. There it is. Thanks, NATO. Y'all have a good day. Bye. Thanks, Mama. I'll catch you guys later. No worries. No worries. And you should post a picture of that if you don't mind, Mama. I'd like to see what you crocheted. But I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye. Thank you.